Good evening, everybody. How are you? It is Genisha. First, let me apologize for any background noise. I have the privilege of living with a family. So you may hear the TV, you may hear my nephew, you just may hear family noise. But tonight is amazing because we get to meet the speakers of the Count It All Joy Shift Your Focus workshop. And like I promised, you get to ask questions, you get to engage, and meet everybody, find out what the workshop is going to be like a little bit. You won't get it all, of course, because then it will be the workshop. So we're not going to do everything. But coming to the stage, get up on your feet. I hope you got a notebook and a pen or however it is you take your notes. Because if you miss it, I don't know what to do. I can't help it. But coming to the stage is Felicia Marshall. When I tell you the nuggets she is going to drop on the stage today, it's like you got to grab them all. And she going to bring the sauce too. You ain't got to do nothing to come and show up. You know what I'm saying? So, Felicia, take it away.
Hello, everybody. My name is Felicia Marshall, affectionately known as Coach Felicia Marshall, because I'm always telling somebody, helping somebody make their dreams come to life or pushing them into the point where they have to do something, you know. And so I'm the owner of Upward Horizons. It's a faith-based organization which has products and services, and the ultimate goal is to spur others to good works and to help them bring their visions to life. So I do that through my life coaching. I also do that through my company, the VA Recruiter, which is a virtual assistant company, which gives them the support that they need, right? The help that they need in order to bring that vision to life. So I'm excited to be here and to share and yeah, and to talk about what's coming up in the next month with the Count It All Joy workshop.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You guys, another amazing person just hopped in. But I did forget to mention if you are watching live with me because Facebook is kind of throwing shade by not showing names or something. I don't know what that's about. So I can acknowledge you, say hi, Tamara and them. I like to say your name instead of just hi and then I don't see who you are. So say something, put hearts in the comments or whatever your emoji is. You don't have to use words if you don't want to. But coming to the stage is someone else who is awesome, contagiously amazing. And awesome contagious is a word I made up. It's just something so awesome it's contagious. And her name is Tammie Polk, and she does everything. And that's in the literal sense of the word. Like there's no exaggeration whatsoever behind everything. And so I'm gonna allow her to introduce herself, and then I will do the same for myself. So Tammie.
First, ladies, I want to apologize for my tardiness. The time zone thing gets me every time because I am an hour behind you guys in time. But my name is Tammie Poe. Janisha is an old friend, and Felicia is an even older friend. So I am happy to be a part of the Count It All Joy workshop. I am a little bit of an author, just a little bit. I have been blessed to pen, publish, record, and be a part of 172 books in the last 9 years. I own my own brick and mortar bookstore here in Memphis, Tennessee. I am also a book expansion coach. What that means is I help anthology and multiple book authors to build multiple streams of income from the books and chapters they have already written. I do not believe that any author has to write anything new to break into coaching, of speaking, or anything of the like. If you don't believe me, let's sit down and talk about it. Let me show you a thing. I'll show you a thing or two centered around that. I believe in helping people to build brands that they love because I built one from my love of God, writing, and most importantly,
Cookies. Yeah.
so as a matter of fact, my Girl Go Eat a Cookie brand will be next week.
Hey, happy birthday.
So yes, so we are getting ready to celebrate. So I am excited to be here. I would tell you what my session is about, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that just yet.
We
So,
haven't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so I'm going to turn the virtual lectern over back over to our host.
Thank you. Yeah, we have not gotten to the what we're talking about at the thingamajiggy yet. I just wanted everybody to get an idea of who you are. So I am Genisha, um, and technically my first love will always be singing. I will sing anything. I sing about everything, and I have a song for every situation. I always have a song, whether I use a familiar tune and make up my own words or make up the entire song. But then it was weird because I grew up saying my books will be in Barnes and Noble and Borders at the time when Borders was a bookstore, and my books would be sold everywhere, and I hadn't written a single book. So I don't know how I was growing up saying my books would be everywhere and I hadn't written anything. And so I made my first attempt in 2011, and it was my best friend, my godmother, and I. And we were writing this dream down because it kept harassing me. Um, I get my stories from my dreams, and they do not go away until I write the dream down. I will dream the same thing over and over and over again until I write it down. And so I wrote it and partially published it because I was ready to get rid of the dream, didn't really care much about it. Fast forward 7 years from 2011 into 2018, I'm helping this fellow author out because I work at Amazon and they had her book stuck. And I was like, why is everybody promising they're going to give her a call? And they not calling. Is that what we do? Is that what we do? I got on that poor man nerve so bad. He called her while I was on the phone so that I would see that he was really going to call her. And from there, she became a really amazing coach. Now, you guys, you know how you say, well, I got to change. I know I got to change my mindset. I got to say this. I got to do this, but you never really do it. I couldn't do that with her. I had to do the stuff I said I was going to do. Like, I accidentally told her, I'm trying to rewrite my book. Can you help me? But it was the best accident I could ever have. And so she's here with me today, just being awesome. And it was because of her actually pushing me into being active with the word that I knew, with the word that I grew up with. It's amazing to know the word of God. It's another thing to do it. And making me responsible for every promise I made to myself. If I knew I wasn't going to do it, I just stopped saying stuff. So, um, and I'm grateful for it, guys. When you hear what her topic is about, and man, these coaches in here today are really, I am not exaggerating when I say they're going to give you life. I met Felicia because of Tammie and matches. Great minds are just alike. Like there was no hiding place for me anymore. And I'm grateful now because I've grown a lot. But then when I was growing and it was painful, I was like, this is not fair. This is not fair. So when I come to you with Count It All Joy, Shift Your Focus, it's not because I made it up one day and I was like, ooh, I'm going to have a workshop. I didn't even know I could speak until I met Tammie. Speaking wasn't my thing. I told you I sing. I will sing anything. You give me the mic to speak and you will hear crickets. Like, chirp, 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 chirp. Back to you, Bob. So I am grateful for all of the things that I've gotten from both of these coaches. I am excited for you to get the same thing because what they do is they grow, they get better with time, and they have no respect of person. Nobody here takes excuses at all. Don't come with them. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't trade places what I done been through. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it. You don't want to do it. But you will be grateful also because the care is there, the love is there, and it is genuine, and you really do move forward. Because I never thought I could do anything like this before, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to do it now. So we are going to start with Felicia, and she's going to give you a snippet of what she's going to talk about on the at the workshop. Yep, I know what it's called. And guys, get your notes in, get your ticket. I'll put the link in the comments for you so you don't have to stretch out and remember where it is. There's prizes. I'm giving away a free ticket tonight. That's why I need you to say hello because it was for whoever came in first. They were going to get a free ticket. So if I can't see your name, you do not qualify. So I need you to say hi or put a balloon or cookie or ice cream or whatever emoji so I can see your name and that way I know who I'm giving the ticket to. Sound good? Okay, Felicia, it's on you.
All right. So I always, I'm always talking about vision and practical faith and application of that. And so we'll be talking about how to come out of yourself, what the limitations that you set for yourself, and put those things into action and how to do that practically. Because you're not able to, as much as we like to dream and have all of these big ideas, it starts with one decision and one action at a time. And so, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. The same thing happens with change. The same thing happens with change. And so, you don't want to be a dreamer that always dreams, 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 and never takes action. Sometimes that can actually cause you to be overwhelmed, right? So I want you to write down those dreams, write down those big ideas, but then I want you to make it more practical, and learn how to really implement and walk into becoming, because there's a process to becoming who you need to be for those dreams to happen. So it's going to take work. Like Genisha said, the stretching is not comfortable. It is very uncomfortable to become, but it is so worth it. It is so worth it. And you know how they say, when you're doing something you really love, you're really passionate about, you never work a day in your life when you feel that way. Well, there's a process to getting there, but when you get there and actually say, you know what, I am going to affirm myself and know that I believe that I am capable to accomplish the things that I dream about, the things that I even think that are impossible, I am able to accomplish those things. And today, this is what I'm going to do to get me closer to that. So, we're going to walk into talking about those things and getting that plan together, because it's all about taking action, right? It's all about taking action and to really walk into the you who has everything they need within yourself, right? Walk into who you're truly called to be each and every day.
That is awesome. I told you. I told you so. I told you so. Oh, so that is amazing. I am looking forward to the workshop, and I'm going to allow Tammie to go into her thing, but she also has an amazing gift for you guys. When I tell y'all this gift expensive, not expensive. I said expensive on purpose. That's when it's up and beyond expensive, and she gonna give it to you. I need for you to grab that. Don't take that for granted, because when it goes back up to expensive, don't look at me because I already told you what I told you, and if you don't listen to me, I can't help you. So, Tammie, go ahead and let's get into your subject matter.
So I have brought probably Janisha's second least favorite topic to the workshop. When I'm asked to do this particular workshop, I get very nervous very quickly. Not for me, but for the people in the room. So I will be presenting my Every Woman is a Businesswoman workshop.
Ooh.
And this workshop is about getting you back. It's about remembering who you are, what you can do, and what you can do with both of them. So I'm going to be taking you through 29 questions and a celebration.
Ooh.
Walking through things like I said, getting back to who you are, what you can do. We're going to look at who is around you as well as who your ideal client is. We're going to do some planning out. I'm all about imagining your next. Um, and one of my favorite activities to do is the list. Everybody runs from the list, but the list is, if you were able to have your perfect day, your perfect moment, you're into something of your own, what do you need? Most of the time people make this generic list, and they're like, oh, well, when the time comes, I'm gonna remember it, so I don't need to write it down. Eh, eh. We write it down. When I wrote the vision for my bookstore back in May of 2018, people laughed at my list because I wrote down everything from the type of and wattage of light bulb to the size of trash bag I wanted in my trash cans. But here is the thing. When I got my location that I'm in now in no, I'm sorry, September of 2019, the first question that I was asked was, where is your list? And I froze because I'm like, holy crap, I'm Batman. You know, and it's time for me to furnish this place. But I have put every single solitary thing from that list in that location. So if you were to view that physical list today, everything is crossed off. So we are going to work from the premise of every woman is a businesswoman, with the understanding that you yourself are your first and primary business. So what you show to the world every day matters. Now,
Absolutely.
as for this giveaway, for the first five, five people who buy their ticket to the workshop, I am giving you two things. I am giving away my Every Woman is a Businesswoman 30-day boot camp kit, which includes the 30-day journal, the actual book, the workbook, and the 1-year planner that is the size of an old school phone book. I wouldn't recommend trying to carry it around. It is not going to go well. I am also including a 1 hour of consultation to go along with it, because one thing about the boot camp, as you get into working it by yourself, you're going to have questions. So that is what I am offering. When I was asked to put that monetary value in there. This is a program that I charge $2,000 to coach through, and the material by itself is another 120. So, so that is quite the deal, and all you have to do is be with it the first.
Amazing.
To get your ticket. Come on now, y'all. Don't make me put these kids together for the speakers. Don't make me do. Even though I know Janisha will be perfectly happy, to have at least two of them.
Yeah. Um,
But she only wants the planner out of them. She doesn't want anything else. But that is what I am offering. Back to you. What you
Thank you. I told y'all this is going to be good. I am not kidding when I tell you God has placed me in the midst of amazing people who really are looking to help me get where I want to go. And that's the same for you. And in the same way He's blessed me, I want to give. Um, the scripture isn't lying when it says, give and it will be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So I feel like I've been run over with nothing but good stuff, good knowledge, good wisdom, good ways to apply the knowledge and wisdom. And I want to share it with you guys. I no longer want to hoard it all to myself. I used to be a hoarder, but being a hoarder, I didn't move, I didn't do anything. And knowing all of this stuff didn't do me any good until I was willing to do it. What I had to do was shift my whole focus. Duh. You notice that you don't get the book or the song or that, well, let me say I, because you all might be different. But I don't get the book or the song or the poem or the whatever until I have gone through it first. So I didn't get shift your focus because one day it was a good idea and I thought it was a great way to make money or whatever it is. No, I literally had to go through shifting my focus. I got tired of being up here one time and down here the very next breath and over there and then back here. I got tired of depression. I got tired of being angry and looking at everything so negatively. Like, why is everything death, boom, and doom? That's not what God promised. And why? And if I'm saying I believe Him, why am I here in gloom and doomville? And everybody else is just happy no matter what. I was like, God, you have to show me. But He showed me I had to change my mind. Me, I had to. Nobody could change my mind for me. Didn't matter how much they loved me, how much they liked me. I had to change my mind. I had to change what I was thinking about. I had to change my behavior to be consistent. I know somebody is and I told you so Bill right now, but I had to be consistent. I couldn't just change my mind for 5 minutes and be like, I tried and it didn't work. No, ma'am, no, sir. You've got to be consistent. Sometimes, like yesterday, I had to change my mind all day yesterday because whatever was irking me was trying to last longer. I was like, no, we're not going back to that. We're going to focus on what's good. I had to go to the sunshine. I was like, it's such a pretty day outside. So it's an all day, everyday thing sometimes. You've got to constantly choose it. Then I had to watch my mouth. I can't say anything. You can't say anything and then throw I'm joking behind it. The devil don't know nothing about joking. He just know what you said. And then he's gonna go with that.
And
And
you
you
know what
open
you
the door.
really
Yeah, you just open the door by saying, oh man, I never. He's like, Dad, that's all I got to do. We tell him half the stuff he does. He doesn't know nothing until we open up our mouth and say something.
mean.
He knows nothing until we say the thing like I will never and I can never and I wouldn't blah 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 all of that stuff. That's us. We say that and he acts on what we say.
Hmm.
So he's not clever because he's clever. He's clever because we tell him. We tell him it all. We tell him all of the things. We tell him where our goat is, what knot we use to tie it up with, what the goat eats for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, how to shave the goat from the hair so we can get our. We tell him all of it, and he just follows instructions. Now, if we took from him the follow instruction part, when God says go, we just go. When God says do, we just do. We took that part. we'd be so much further along, but we want to argue with God. Well, why me? Why would nobody really likes me? Nobody's ever really liked me, so why would they listen to me? Why would they buy tickets to my event? Or why would they buy my books? I mean, I've never been popular. Ma'am, ma'am.
All right, Moses.
Have several seats
Yeah.
because Joseph was a dreamer.
Mhm.
I'm a Joseph, and he had to learn to keep some of his dreams to himself. He found out the hard way, but he kept his eye on the prize. He didn't give up on what God promised him. He was accused of some stuff he didn't do. Brother man had to run out of his clothes away from it. But what are we willing to do? Are we just gonna mope around and this shouldn't have happened to me? They shouldn't have said that. They shouldn't have done that. Or are we gonna change what we're thinking? Are we gonna change the way we see it? For example, I tried to be employed so that I could make money while I'm working on Vision Dreamers, which actually the name is going to get updated. But anyway, and for whatever reason, I haven't made it to the actual working part. I go through the training, and I promise you, some technicality beyond my control keeps me from going all the way through. Now I remember a day I used to look at that like God doesn't like me. I'm working hard to do what I'm supposed to do, and He's not helping me. He's letting these people lie on me, and all that stuff. But I didn't do that this time. I said maybe it's really just meant for me to focus on what I'm doing, and I need to stop trying to build somebody else's dream and build my own. Spend that same time building my own. I go through training unpaid. I can do this unpaid for a while until I get paid. So the constant flip from negativity to positivity, it gets easier. I find that I do it faster. I'm waking up now talking about what's good today. Do
Yes.
you know how long it took me to wake up to say what's good today before I say anything else? What you doing good today, God? What we got? That's awesome because I thought I would never be there. I thought I would always be sad. I thought I would always. I'm so grateful that I'm not. But it does take action on your part. And so when I created the workshop, um, it was basically to help other people know that they can change their thought process. I've heard people say that they were depressed and there was nothing they could do about it. That's not true. I heard people say they were depressed and they'll be on meds for the rest of their life. I'm not saying meds are not helpful. I'm just saying you don't have to be on meds for the rest of your life. Because I've tried the medication and I was more zonked out than without it. And I decided there has to be a different way. How about we work on my mindset? And if I work on changing my mindset and still see I'm struggling, I may do a small dose. But what I'm not going to do is rely on medicine to do what I have the authority and the power to do myself. And I gave it to me. He gave me power to get well. Wealth and health, that's all in me. Jesus died so I could have it. So I'm going to do it Jesus' way first and see about renewing this mind on a day-to-day basis and change what I'm thinking about and put more of the word in me and put more of God's love in me. And then if I see that I'm still struggling and I need a little bit of help, okay, I'm not to where I was, but I may need help getting over this hurdle. And then it's still not permanent. It's just a little push until I can find my way through. But what I found is the more I focus on what's good and what's lovely and what's of a good report, the more I want to think about what's good and what's lovely and what's of a good report. And the least time I spend being angry or upset. And I'm not saying I don't get upset because that happens, but I so immediately think about the good thing next. Like, okay, um, I'm frustrated that they're saying I didn't do something I did do, but you know what? I can't do anything about that. I'm out of the program. I can apply for a new one or I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. We got to do something else. But what I don't do is stay there. I no longer stay in that space. And I just want to reach out and help you guys. I want to introduce you to the people who are there for me, still there, still here, haven't left, you know, and helping me through. And the same way they're helping me through is the same way they're going to help you through. And when I tell you the investment into your own health, your own mental health, the investment into you is more worth more than any dollar you'll ever make. It's like this is the best investment. It's not even money spent, it's money invested because you're going to get it back. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and then you'll be able to give it back out. But if you're negative all the time, that's all you're going to give out, negativity. The reason why half the things happen to me, or the majority, if not all, is because of this right here. This mouth said, nobody likes me. So nobody likes me. This mouth said, I'm never going to be anything. So I wasn't doing anything. And therefore, if you do nothing, you are nothing because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So you get what you speak. And I had to be careful about the words I chose. And I'm so grateful for the three-part series. The next one will be an in-person one. I'm believing God for something amazing on that one because I have someone who is very, very, very talented in putting events together. I also am very good at knowing my gifts. I will learn a thing, but if it is not my gift, I'm gonna go get the gifted and employ them and let them do what they do. Praise the Lord, Hallelujah. Because what I'm gonna do after this 100-day live thing is over, I'm gonna do what I like to do. I'm gonna write, get books together, but I'm going to hire someone to publish and promote because those are not my gifts. Now, will I still put forth an effort? Yes. Will I rely on my effort? No, not my gifts. Just like my hair, not my gift. I go to the salon, they have people who are gifted, make it look all pretty like it is. I will keep it up. I can wrap it up to keep it up. But yeah, so I am just really, really looking forward to providing you guys with an out. Um, I've tried too many times to commit suicide. I've tried too many times to heal myself through cutting. How do you heal yourself by cutting yourself? I have no idea. But in that time, I convinced myself that the physical pain was better than the emotional pain, and they're connected. They're just like this, inseparable. If you're hurting physically, you're hurting emotionally. If you're hurting emotionally, you're hurting physically. And if you notice, people who have physical ailments, it also affects their emotions, and vice versa. So I think I was so heartbroken once my stomach or something was like my whole body was in pain. So don't deceive yourself into thinking self harm is going to fix it. It is not. Don't deceive yourself into thinking suicide is going to fix it because you will never get that moment back to realize that it's not that bad, that your days do get better, that you do feel better. Like if I had succeeded, I wouldn't know that I would be feeling this good today about who I am. And it has nothing to do with money, it has nothing to do with people, it has nothing to do with anything other than my choosing to be joyful, my choosing to be who God created me to be, and rejoicing in all things and in everything being grateful. So we're here to help you not give up. We're here to help you push. Pray until something happens, persist until something happens. But what we're not going to do is give the enemy another day, another piece of joy, another nothing. He gonna have to fight for all of it. I'm gonna treat it like my name is Eve, and he came to my door talking about some fruit I wasn't supposed to have, and I'm straight up gonna be like, God, who is this? So he gonna have a hard time. He gonna have a hard time, and we gonna do this together. Um, if you have any questions and you're watching the replay, I did forget to mention do the hashtag replay, but hey, we're here. Hashtag replay, but put your questions and stuff in the comments, and one of us will answer, or all of us will answer. We don't mind answering your questions. Please like and share with anyone. If it doesn't resonate with you or connect with you, and you know somebody like, oh my gosh, this sounds like Lucille, get it to Lucille or Bernard or whoever. Share it. I'm not limited to sharing whatever. Oh, and I also did add. Um, that because a 30-minute consultation was already going to come with a ticket. So I just added another 30 on there with me. It's not the same as Tammie's. It was just that you were already going to meet with me. And then I was like, I might as well extend it to an hour. So come on in and get what God has for you. Share, tell anybody that you feel is has suicidal ideation, or just they're doing things to harm themselves, or just struggling with depression. They may not be doing any of the above, and you don't want it to get worse. If it's you, if it's whoever, we are here for you, and we wanted you to count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, because that just means it's getting better. I don't know if you've ever noticed that things get chaotic when you're about to walk into your biggest blessing. And I'm talking about the devil throws a whole tantrum and a fit and everything. He looks worse than a toddler. And so that's when you're right at the door to walk through into whatever it is. And we don't want you to miss out on that. I've missed out so many times because I quit before I walked through the door. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. I will be here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you so that I can help you get to where you're going. Did you ladies want to say anything else? Sorry, my
I'm
computer
just
made a move.
excited. I'm just excited to
Mhm.
be a participant in this workshop, and I'm looking forward to helping them to fix their gaze so they and their vision, right, so that they can have the right perspective. So
That,
I haven't thought about well, I have thought about some giveaways, but I haven't finalized. So I look forward to sharing
okay.
that in a soon coming time.
Y'all, that Fix Your Gaze book, I edited it and I cried through the whole edits. I thought I was gonna be able to. I don't know what it is with me thinking I can just breeze through books, but this was a second book I thought I could breeze through. I was like, oh, I'm just editing. It's nothing. I was okay, Jesus. Woo. Yeah, it's a good book. And Tammie, any last words before we part?
I am excited as well. This is gonna be the first time that I get to hear my dear old friend Felicia speak. Super proud of her being a part. So I am simply ready to uh get into this thing while being dressed in camo gear. But hey,
Awesome, awesome. Signing is one of my teammates from a challenge that I was in. I was in a 30-day live challenge with Miss Sheila Hill. And I had no idea you knew her, Tammie, but it made sense when I got to know her more. I was like, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. But I met Signy through there. You have got to hear Signy's story. It is amazing. You have to hear her speak. Period. She could talk about donuts. It doesn't matter. You just would be sitting over there, chair like, I didn't even know I knew. I love Krispy Kreme like that. Yeah, she has a way of reaching your heart and soul. But she is our winner since she said hello, and she will get a free ticket to the workshop. I hope she's still here to see that, but I'll tell her. It's no problem. But she is amazing. Listening to her story, listening to how she is loving on her son and her vision for taking care of our male youth, and her art is beautiful and breathtaking. You got to see her art. And actually, since she want to take it, I'm gonna let her bring her art to the workshop so that she can sell it. And man, that stuff is beautiful. When I get my house, it's going to be filled with her art. See, art is not really my gift like that, but I know how to go get it from the gifted artists. Well, it was nice being with you guys. I had an amazing time. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. I am looking forward to God getting the glory the way my worship leader says. She goes, God is going to get the glory today. But she's louder. We're at church. So, I just believe God's going to get the glory for all that we are doing. I believe you guys will be blessed, touched, healed, changed, delivered, set free. And then we're going to go get some more people, each one reach one. You guys have an awesome, contagious weekend. That is a weekend so awesome. It is contagious. Don't forget the first 5 people win, win. The whole box with the planner and the workbook and the book. Then you get an hour with Tammie. Like, she's not cheap. Just saying. And then Felicia gonna come up with a gift, and then You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be gifts and prizes and fun all the way around. So I will see you guys tomorrow for day 84, I think. I'll just look back. I've been keeping track. And you guys have a great night with purpose. Bye. Okay.